Hi guys, it's Debbie with the Creation Zone. I am super excited to be sharing my first video coming back to you as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I took a 10-month vacation because I had some great things happening in my family this year, some huge milestones, and I wanted to dedicate 110% of my time to that. And I didn't think I was going to be able to do my business justice, so I stepped out of it for a little while. And I'm excited to be back. And my first video is going to be of the first order that I put through. When you sign up to be a demonstrator, I signed up a few weeks ago and I got that $25 deal. It doesn't matter if you're taking advantage of a special or not. The first order you put through, within a certain period of time, you get an additional 10% on that order. So instead of the 20% that we normally would get, it's a 30% discount. And if you can stack that on top of sale items, so it's kind of a no-brainer. So I went ahead and I put an order through, and one of the first things that I put in was for this trimmer. This trimmer came out right about the time I was leaving. It was on back order for a little while, so I never picked it up. I used it at my upline's house the other day, and hello kitty, I absolutely fell in love with it, and I'll tell you why. One of the things that I think is most ingenious about this is the fact that you can have two blades in this carriage all the time. One of them being your cutting blade, the other one being your scoring blade. When you're doing cards and projects and things that need to be cut and scored, it is such a convenience to be able to have both of these at your fingertips. And they go all the way up to the top or down to the bottom. And you're able to just store it there and they won't hit each other. So when I go to cut a long piece of paper, it's not going to interfere with my cut. So that's super. It also has the extendable arm. It goes out a whole 15 inches. It does also have a lock up here, so you can lock this, the cutting bar down, so it's not going to flop around in your bag when you're traveling and break it off. And storage, how exciting is that? So you actually have storage back here. There are accessories that go along with this trimmer. I picked up just a couple extra blades for right now. There's one thing that I don't want to be without is extra blades. When I'm in the middle of a project, we do a lot of kits, and I don't want to see those fuzzy edges on my cardstock and my project. So super excited to have that. A couple of the smaller items that I got was I did pick up some ribbon. I do have a project that I'm going to be doing with this taffeta ribbon. It's the 1/8 inch real red taffeta ribbon. So you'll be seeing that in an upcoming video. And super on trend is the chevron. So I picked up the chevron because obviously it's trendy. It's in cherry cobbler, one of my favorite colors, and I've already got a project in mind for that. Some embellishments that I picked up. I got the buttons. The natural buttons, so pretty. Natural color tan on one side. It's got that early espresso ring around on the other side. Some of the other ones are solid espresso. Love espresso. Early espresso is one of my favorite Stampin' Up! Colors. And then they have the vintage faceted buttons. That looks just like a bowl of diamonds to me. I was very, very much drawn to those. So I'll be putting those on something exciting. One of the things that was on clearance rack are these, I can't remember the official name for these. I think they're called Plexicon boxes, and if that's not the right name, don't laugh about me. Don't laugh at me. You can comment and let me know what the real name is. These come in sets of 10, and like I said, they're on clearance rack right now. If you've never bought these or used these for storage, these things are phenomenal for storage. These boxes, this box right here is about 7 inches wide, and they're very sturdy. And you can store just about anything in here. Buttons and laces, ribbons and adhesives. As a matter of fact, I have one right now. This is the smaller box. It also comes in this 7.5 inch, oh no, maybe it's 8.5 inch. 8.5 inch size. So you, again, comes in packages of 10. And I'm going to go back and see if they have the 11 inch. These are the real long ones. I think they call these the extra large. And I keep my adhesives in here because I always need different adhesives for different projects. So in here I've got my mono glue, my mini glue dots, my two-way glue pen, my sticky strip, and under the bottom there's some dimensionals. Those are the things that I can't live without. Which brings me to the fact that I did purchase a couple of extra bottles of the mono adhesive glue. This has always been in our catalog. It's nothing new to Stampin' Up, but I am not a wet glue crafter. I absolutely don't like that feeling on my fingers. But I recently did a lot of projects for a big party that I through, and if I didn't have this, some of the things that I came up with just wouldn't have worked. So this was my godsend. I will never run out of this stuff again. It has a skinny tip on one side. Oh, these ones are still sealed. But on this side, a lot of people don't realize you can take this end off, and it's a broad applicator. So you've got the thin pencil or pen tip applicator and the broad applicator for doing larger projects. So keep that in mind when you get that. And I did get some extra sticky strip. Can't live without the sticky strip if you're going to be doing 3D projects like boxes and things like that. When I left Stampin' Up! The first time, the foam pads were just being introduced. So I only have one in color family of foam pads, which was the 12 to 14 color family. So I did pick up some more foam pads. I love them, by the way. I think they're a huge improvement over the felt pads that we have. I did get the in color set. So this is the 13 to 15 in color collection. The Coastal Cabana, Strawberry Slush, Pistachio Pudding, Crisp Cantaloupe, and the Baked Brown Sugar. And I purchased that in the bundle, so I saved a little money. So I got the cardstock and the pads. I've already cracked open this Baked Brown Sugar because it's a neutral, and I am drawn to neutrals. I love anything that I can pair with other colors. So extremely excited that there's another brown in our family of awesome colors. Early Espresso is another pad that I picked up. That is one of my all-time favorite colors. I love that color with artichoke and cherry cobbler, and I'm kind of excited to try that out with that Crisp Cantaloupe. I think that would bring a pretty complementary color to it. The Smoky Slate is a new color, and I'm not real sure if this used to be our basic gray or if we still even have basic gray. I haven't done all my homework. I've been out of it for only 10 months, but you'd be surprised of how trendy and things roll really quickly with Stampin' Up! So I have to re-educate myself on some of this stuff. So I did pick up the Smoky Slate cardstock and the matching pen. So because I like to have everything in a kit. So, and then the Always Artichoke I got because I think I'm going to be using that on my Christmas card this year. So when you get the stamp pads, you want to pick up the cardstock. You can see my cat in the picture. Yeah. Isn't he wonderful? He loves to be in the middle of everything. So I got the Always Artichoke, the Whisper White. Let me just talk a little bit about our white cardstock. When I'm going to be doing a card and it's got a white layer on it, I don't use my Whisper White cardstock. I cherish my Whisper White cardstock. I use Georgia Pacific cardstock if it's a layering type of thing. If something I'm not going to be stamping on. If I'm stamping, you will never see me stamping on anything but Whisper White cardstock. It is too good to hide. It is too good not to stamp on. It is so smooth. Your images are so crisp. What a difference. So Georgia Pacific, I love you for the layering type of stuff, but Stampin' Up, you'll always have my heart when it comes to a white cardstock to stamp on. Got the Very Vanilla. People tend to go to the white or the Very Vanilla for card bases, and what I'm saying is let's pull out those neutrals. Let's get in that neutral family. The Smoky Slate, the Craft, or the Crumb Cake, we renamed it a few years back. Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Smoky Slate, those things are awesome for card bases. So get those out. Try to use those instead of the boring whites and vanillas all the time. Think outside the box. I sound like a Jack in the Box commercial. Or no, what is that? Taco Bell. I think it's Taco Bell. Some linen thread. I can't go through a fall or Christmas season without linen thread. Something else that was on the clearance rack was these gusseted bags. Now these are the 5 by 11.5 inch gusseted bags. I tend to use a lot of these because we do a lot of parties and gatherings and get-togethers and hangouts and that kinds of things. I do have teenagers. There's always kids here, and I just love having like a dessert bar or something going. So I use these quite a bit, but not just for food. They can be used for just about anything. You can use them for door prizes. You can use them for storage. You can use them for just a lot of cute things I've seen. Gift wrapping, gift packaging, season's coming up. Something really quick. You can throw something in tight with some beautiful ribbon, throw a really cute tag on it, and you've got a really good packaging. Duncan really likes those gusseted bags. Let me grab him. Okay, so I think these are only like $1.39, $1.59, something like that on the clearance rack. All right, brings me to Simply Created and Simply Sent. I've never purchased these before for myself. We are going to be doing something in our stamping group that I stamp with a couple other demonstrators, and we've come up with something to do with these, but I thought these were really clever and really cute this season. So if you're new to stamping or you want to get into it but you're not really sure like what you're going to need or how to go about it, these are great kits to start with because you still get a super adorable end product. So you can have some Christmas cards done. I believe there's 8 of them in here, and there's 10 projects in here. I mean, so cute. So if you're just looking to stamp, just maybe you're thinking, I don't know if this is my thing, one of these kits is the way to go because it'll really get your taste buds going. Okay, so the embossing folders. I have pretty much every one they've ever offered, and I love them because they're exclusive to us. This is not something you can go and use a 40% coupon on and pick up somewhere else. This is exclusive to Stampin' Up, and this wood grain just screams rustic, and I love rustic. So I really thought, I'm going to have to really put my thinking cap on and come up with some really cute projects with this. And what I've seen it used for on some of the forums was with the owl punch. And it's obvious that you're going to, if you're going to put a tree on your card, you would want to emboss this to make it look like a real tree. But I like to think outside the box. So I'm trying to find some unique projects to show you guys with that. I think I already showed you my little marker. We already talked about that. Oh, here's one of the card kits that I use. I just put all my materials in here for, this is a kit that I had extras of, and I store them in here, and then when I need a quick Christmas card or a quick gift card or thank you card, I can just go right to this box. They're all the same. Everything's included, and bing, bam, boom, done. Alright, well, let's go on to the stamp sets, and I didn't really get a whole lot of stamp sets because I'm not sure what's trending out there right now. What I did pick up was, I've been on the forums for a little bit, and I wanted to see what's popular. And what, if I can see something used in various ways, then I tend to be drawn to that stamp set. I don't like one-use stamp set. Not that any of ours are one-use stamp sets, but sometimes my mind thinks, oh, I've seen it this way, and that's the way I have to use it. I like to get out there, research that stamp set a little bit, and see what other projects other people come up with, because really that's what it's all about, the sharing aspect of it. Lacy and Lovely, I seen a project done with this. It was done in black and white, and these were all layered, and what a dynamic focal point it made on the card. And the other thing that I love about this is that it comes with all these sentiments. Hello, miss you, and thank you. You're going to get a lot of mileage out of this card. Out of this set. So, love sets like this. The other one is Gorgeous Grunge. Now, this was a very popular set I've noticed amongst demonstrators. It was also recently on sale, which was something that excited me even more, as would any woman, right? So I love this light paint splatter. Sometimes what you really need on a card, it needs something, it's missing something, but you don't want to weigh it down with embellishments, or maybe you don't even have that stuff yet. Maybe you're just beginning and you just need something extra. These kinds of stamp sets are great for that because you can do a lot of different effects with it, and it gives it that extra pop that the card needs. So you'll be seeing a couple of projects with that too. I was looking for salutation sets. This is called Sassy Salutations. It's got 6 different sentiments in it. So this will be my go-to set for a while. And this is called Feel Goods. And I'm not saying that wrong. Feel Goods. And what I love about this is I love all the quotes. I say these quotes. I've seen them done in home decor and things like that. And one of my favorites is the best things in life aren't things. And I try to instill with my children that, be blessed that there's material things in your life. However, it's not what your life is based on. You have to leave a footprint when you leave this earth, and it shouldn't be based on a material item. So these are all just awesome quotes. I love to live by this stuff, and I'm excited that we actually have this in a stamp set. And probably the star of the show for me is the photopolymer product line that Stampin' Up! Recently came out with. I love photopolymer stamps. When clear mount stamps came out, I had no problem transitioning to those. Wood mount stamps are awesome, don't get me wrong. It's a personal preference. There is nothing worse or better about clear mount versus wood mount. They both have their pros and their cons from a personal standpoint. As far as a quality standpoint, they're on target with that kind of thing. The photopolymer, completely clear. So absolutely love that. They have amazing tack to them when you put them on your acrylic block. They will age very well. They will not crack. They will not yellow. They will possibly stain depending on what ink you use, but that doesn't matter because it's not going to transfer from one project to another. So that's not even going to affect your future stamping. I just absolutely love these. So I've picked up a few of these, a couple of different ones that I thought I would use. The other two I purchased as a customer. This one I purchased as a demonstrator. Sometimes I look at things a little bit differently depending on what role I'm in. But now that I'm a demonstrator again, I am excited to have this stamp set in my arsenal so I can create some things. Well, that's basically all that I have, so I just wanted to share that information with you. There will be a link to my website and my Facebook page. Go like that stuff and subscribe to this channel for more videos. I'll talk to you guys later.